are we? We are streaming live. This is fantastic. Hi, this is Rabbi Brian. Today is September. I decided to write it out, 2021, and this is the Saturday service. I'm very glad that you're here. This is a different way of looking at what a Sabbath service might be. I'm your host, Rabbi Brian of Religion Outside the Box. And I'm here with, let me see if I can get all my friends on the screen at once. Okay, come on, friends. Go friend view. Uh-oh, Alex, what happened? There they are. Friends, would you all wave and say hi? This is a live broadcast. We're broadcasting to YouTube, to Facebook, and to rotb.org. So if you want to join the people who are on the screen and interact live, go to rotb.org. When you sign up to get downloads in the newsletter, you'll get an invitation as well to join us here. So I'm glad to say hi to all my friends. Hi, friends. And I'm going to go back to presenting view. Okay. And I have my co-host buddies are letting people in, and I am going to take 1 second to Alex, I'm hostifying you so you can take over all of the details. Oh, hi, Laura. Glad to see you here. And anyone else, Emily, and anyone whose name I didn't say, good morning to. Good morning. Glad to see you. Oh, I'm scrolling on to my second page. Oh, hi, Rags. Hi, Moja. Hi, Judith, Rosalind, Ruth, Gordon, Finn. I have a note here to say something to you guys. I'll get to that in a moment. Hi, Hannah and Jocelyn, and glad to see all of you are here. That's fantastic. And James and Stephanie and anyone else who's just joined. And if you're watching this in replay, pretend I'm talking directly to you. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. So Finn, I needed to tell you, I don't know if you know, Alex, can we spotlight on Finn and Gord for a second? Do you guys mind? Do you mind? Is there a minding? No, we're all right there. So here we go. I wanted to say to Gordon Finn, hold on, there we are. I'm now, you can see me on that with you maybe. You guys win because we give out an intergenerational award at this service for people who are of the same family or in different generations. And you guys are the first ones, I think, in a long while to be sharing a Zoom screen. So give yourselves a hand and everyone else thank them for joining and being a part of this outside the box service. If you wait by your mailbox, Finn, the prize will be coming. The prizes are virtual. The service is virtual. All of it. It's all right. And hi, Ray, and hi, Michael, and anyone else who's just joined us. I want to start off today with, well, first of all, welcome from beautiful Ashland, which is at the very southwest end of Oregon. I have a wedding tonight here, so I got here last night and spent the night. That's why I'm broadcasting here from this beautiful hotel room. I wanted to start straight off. We talked last week about certainty and doubt, and if you recall, in talking about certainty and doubt, give me a second. I'm going to change my screen. There. We talked about certainty and doubt, and we said that certainty is ridiculous. And that uncertainty and doubt is uncomfortable. And one of the things that came up in discussions afterwards was, how do we take this uncomfortable feeling of doubt? How do we take this uncomfortable feeling of doubt and turn it into curiosity? I'm missing a U in there, curiosity, because I need you to participate. I hurt myself there. All right. And the question that I had been brought up is, doubt is fine. And yeah, doubt's uncomfortable. But if you can turn doubt into curiosity, curiosity is a bit more comfortable than doubt. This is one of my favorite moments on the Religion Outside the Box broadcast, when we find out that somebody's microphone is hot. And if you're sitting there and you're frustrated, I'm just going to point out that frustration's in you. You have been on Zoom long enough to know people are going to leave their microphones on and something annoying is going to happen. And that's going to be a theme of what we're going to be talking about today, is how do we train ourselves to not be annoyed. But let me get back to this for a second. Certainty is ridiculous. We know that. We are certain. Oh, that's goofy. We are certain that certainty is ridiculous. Doubt is uncomfortable. Correct. And my question was, how can we turn doubt, which is by uncomfortable, how do we turn doubt into curiosity? And I have some thoughts about that. But let me first take a look at all y'all's faces. There. Oh, Alex, spotlight me or something, quick. There we go. So the question is how. Oh boy, Alex, I'm going back to just this camera. Where? So here's the key to when the mic, somebody else's mic is hot, is like the Chinese finger puzzle and all these other problems. Is if I continue to talk, we can't figure out whose microphone it is because they don't pop up. So it's again counterintuitive, which might also bring us into doubt, curiosity. Let me get back to this question: how do we turn doubt into curiosity? And I'm curious. Do you have any thoughts about that, peoples? Oh, good. Hold on. Let me change views so I can see you. Is that you, Michael? Michael, how do you turn doubt into curiosity? What kind of voodoo magic are you doing? Um,
Want to go with it, but where are we comfortable with accepting the concept?
I would ask it one. Give me one more sentence on that because I don't think I can fully articulate
I
your
think
question.
doubt, personally, doubt is conflict.
Yes, yeah,
And
doubt is.
I don't know how deep conflict goes with most people. For some people, conflict is very deep and imprinted pretty strongly. For others, it's sort of an intellectual query.
Yeah,
So
I
don't
think
know
that.
how we get at
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
universal.
That I think that's the question I'm trying us to get at. I'm trying us to get at. I'm trying to. I'm. That's the question we're looking at. Is how do we? There's doubt, and then there's doubt, and there's some doubt that is less comfortable than other doubt. And for lack of a better word, I'm using the word curiosity. Curiosity is the same as doubt. We don't know what's going on. But if we have a stance of curiosity, it's, huh, as opposed to, ah! And the thinking that I have on what can turn doubt into curiosity is it requires an openness. If we have an openness, our doubt, we don't know what's going to happen. I had a flat tire last time I did an out of town wedding. And I was really proud of myself. I'm on the drive there. My car little indicator light goes on and it says tire pressure, front left, 31, 30, 20, like it's going down. And I have a leak obviously in my tire because it's going down as I'm driving. And I was so proud of myself that I thought to myself, wonder how this is going to turn out. And that's a stance of curiosity, of being able to be able to sit in the doubt, to be able to sit in the not knowing. Okay, do you guys mind if I just babble for a moment? Give me a thumbs up. Can I get a thumbs up? Because I have a little bit more I want to add in here. Okay, I'm going to take, appreciate it. Let, so, Kierkegaard. So now if you want to impress people, say, oh, at the Saturday service, they were talking about Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard, bear with me. I'm going to start with bats, and then we're going to get to Kierkegaard, then we're going to get to doubt. Bats. In the history of the peoples who have been keeping track of bats, the number of times bats have attacked people is like none. Unless people are getting up in the bats' faces and doing, bats just, they don't want to have anything to do with us. Same way I don't really want to have much to do with them. Bats do not attack people. But we have a fear of bats. We're scared of bats. And you see a bat, and until you know that bats aren't going to attack you, they're kind of freaky and scary. Let me jump to Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard defined anxiety as looking at an infinite number of future possibilities. That anxiety is just seeing that the world and everything is opened up to an infinite number of possibilities, and that in itself, the seeing of the infinite possibilities, is not in and of itself a scary thing. Like a bat, in and of itself is not a scary thing. We have sensations, he talks about, when we feel the anxiety, when we see that there's an infinite number of possibilities in front of us. It might cause a shortening of breath, but that uh-oh, I got lost there. That sounded like a radio. That was weird. Was that just me? As everyone else noticed that one too? Okay, it's all good. That was God. Yay! That's fantastic. I think we're done then. So let me finish up. So he talked about that it's your perception of the feeling of shortness of breath when you look ahead and you see infinite possibilities in front of you. Let me bring it now back to where we started with how do we turn the doubt that is uncomfortable into a curiosity that is more comfortable, is that we just look at whatever it is and we try to have an open stance to it. And we tried an exercise last week, and I'm going to ask Alex, can you spotlight my friend Rita? Rita, I'm just going to pick on you. Is that okay? Sure. Thanks, Rabbi. Yeah, we'll do that. You all right there, Rita? Oh, we can't hear you quite yet, friend. Uh-oh.
Unmute, Rita.
There we are. Hi, Rita.
But really, what other scholars have found is that many of these.
Oh, I think Rita, you're the one with the radio that's on.
And temples
No,
to Isis.
that sound isn't from here.
It's coming through on your channel.
It's coming through your computer, I think.
ISIS.
Oh,
You have the page open?
how do you like that for like a magic trick of who did I pick? And it happens to be
Well, I
Rita.
was just gonna say, I thought Rita was just hanging out with God today.
That I brought home as a
Rita, we're going to switch over to someone else whose other audio is not going. Alex, pick a random person who's volunteering, please.
Let's see. I think it looks like Meg this morning.
Hi, Meg. All right, so Meg, I want you to do this with me, and I'd love everyone else. You don't have to, of course. This is religion outside the box, and you're an adult. You're an adult. Do what you want. Here's the Rita missed out on this. Meg, would you please pretend to hold on to an invisible tub of popcorn? And then with a free hand, please reach into the invisible tub of popcorn and have a piece.
Nom 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 nom.
And folks, this is, and Alex, can you zoom me out so I can see the whole crowd when we're doing this? Is that possible?
I think you have to do your own view.
I did it. Okay, there we all are. Good. Everyone who would like to, this is what I want you to practice. Grab your tub of popcorn and have a piece. Now, the next time shit goes crazy and your car gets a flat tire on your way to a wedding, can you imagine that instead of panicking, you just reach into your bucket of popcorn and you go, oh, this is an interesting plot twist, as though you're just watching a movie. To take a little bit of popcorn, to do it as a way of detaching yourself, to be able to observe yourself in a third person kind of way, which would change into that's an open to curiosity, because I don't know what's going to happen when I watch a movie and I'm not trying to control it.
I have a question.
Bob.
Yeah, I don't see a little record button on my thing here. Did we forget to do the recording?
I don't know. I think we're recording. Yeah, we are recording.
Okay, forget it then.
Okay, thank you, Bob. So that's a spiritual assignment for the week. And week in this case is WEEK, a spiritual assignment for the week. WEEK. That was much funnier to me and Kip than it was to most of you. Spiritual assignment of the week is practice detaching yourself a little bit so that you can have a little bit more curiosity and see how the curious stance feels in your life. Glad we did all that. We're going to take a moment now to
I have an analogy that might be interesting in this, if you're interested.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so the joke in my family is that I approach uncertainty like Professor Snape with a healthy dose of sarcasm and annoyance. And I should be approaching things like Harry Potter with a healthy dose of sarcasm and a sense of adventure.
Yeah. I'm definitely. I can't help the sarcasm, but I don't need to lean further into the sarcasm. But the idea of going with a sense of adventure. Yeah, adventure could be fun. Let's go. Let's see what the heck happens here. That's a much more open stance than this isn't happening the way that I wanted it to. I love it, Jocelyn. Thank you for adding that in. I
have a thought about this.
Kristina, and if anybody else is on YouTube, if anyone who's watching on the Zoom can also go on YouTube, I think we're getting our first dose of somebody spamming on in, but I can't pay attention to that. And also let me thank Joe, who's moderating the chat, Alex, who's keeping the technology afloat. And now let's turn to our friend Kristina. Kristina.
Yes, thank you. I was thinking about trust as a way to go from doubt to curiosity. I think you need some kind of trust in your life.
Trust.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Kristina,
to trust that the universe is benevolent or anything like that.
Yeah. You're using a word that I've avoided using, but this openness that I'm talking about, we can call trust. We can call it faith. We can call it openness. It's all the same thing. Yes. I stay away from the religious language because I know sometimes that it has some baggage but that's what we're talking about. I'll give you one of my favorite.
Is trust?
Go ahead.
Is trust only religious? I think trust is
correct.
A great part of our lives.
Yes. Let's remove.
Trust is different from belief.
Mm-hmm.
Words start to break down, right? Because I believe in as long as we know what we're talking about here, let's forget the word itself and go in the direction of, I'm just going to stick with openness. It's the least tinged word that I have. Thank you, Kristina. And
Thank you.
Let me take a minute, as it has become a tradition here, is Joe, if you would, we have our friend Joe reads for us a list of names of people and groups for which we would like to offer prayers this morning. And we're just going to take, after Joe finishes, we're going to take a minute of time to just sit quietly, in contemplation, in prayer, whatever word you want to use for that. So Joe, if you would read to us our list of people and causes that we are praying about today.
Okay, be glad to do that. Mansoor and aunts and cousins, the whole family, and Alicia from this crew that are helping them try to get to the United States, actually.
Mansoor, that was not mentioned. He is in Afghanistan. He's a translator, and he's currently locked in his home and can't get out because if anyone finds him and his cell phone, they'll kill him. So Alicia's working very hard to try to get him out of Afghanistan right now, and we pray for him and for her, who's suffering a little bit of trauma, vicarious trauma, in taking care of him. Thank you. Sorry about it.
Oh, no, it's big. It's a huge deal what she's doing. It's amazing. Randy, Rachel, and baby Westley, Alma, Axel's mom and dad, and Axel's siblings, Ken, Mike B, Jan B, Eddie, Loretta, Kirsten, cousin Amy, Mark and Sarit, Marisa and Riza, Steve, Levine, Jacob, Harriet, Bob, Rita, Greg, and Mihal Bat Leah.
So let's take a minute of time just now to keep all of these people in our thoughts. And I ask you, if you have it in you and it feels comfortable, to keep your eyes open and to look at the crowd of people who are here, and just to, it's safe on the internet to gaze lovingly into a group of people's eyes. And I think this human connection, it's an important thing. So let's continue with another minute of silence. Okay, my dear friends, I do want to tell you something that I thought of, because we've been running this service for over a year now, and it's been religion outside the box, and the lack of structure has been a welcome, beautiful thing. But here's something I'd like you to consider if you've been with this group for a while. We're starting to develop our own rituals, like start having this moment of silence, and then having the 40-minute review, and having people and I'm it getting me a little, I wonder where this is going to go, but I'm a little sketchy of like, oh my God, we are turning into that, maybe we're getting a little too ritualized here. Not that I want to take the minute of silence out, but if we didn't do it, wouldn't you feel like we were missing something? And then anyway, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Quickly, I am wearing... Yes, I got nothing wrong with it. It's just the idea that we have fallen into doing something ritualistically made me a little bit sketchy on the inside. There's nothing wrong with it. Just wanted to share where my thinking was with you guys. Oh boy. Hi, Ron. Correct. Correct. I love it. Thank you for clearing me up on that one, Ron. Thank you. So as long as it's meaningful, I'm going to get worried about what we do, but it's fantastic. I do want to jump a little bit. I'm deliberately wearing a sweatshirt today, and I'm deliberately wearing a sweatshirt today to be casual. And the reason I'm being casual is because I'm thinking about the service that's coming up on Saturday, on Friday, a week from yesterday. And the service that's coming up is going to be held I'm going to be broadcasting from the UCC church downtown. And it's a high holiday service. And there's this, I wanted to have it set apart. I wanted it to feel differently. And I'm going to dress up a little bit for the occasion. Everyone is invited to the service. Links are in the chat, or if you go to, how can I just throw this on the screen because not everyone's seeing it that way. Hold on. Here, if you go to lu.ma/HHD, which stands for High Holidays, if you go to HHD, I'll just leave that up there. Everyone is invited to this service. It is going to be a beauty, and I really hope that you can be there. It will be streaming. If you're watching this, you should be able to watch that here on September 10th. Okay. Yeah, the links. If you got to this, you will be getting a link, and it will also be in the chat. We will get you there. We will get you there. Another thing, another thing that's coming up, and I wanted to tell you guys about. Please hold. There it is I'm going to start a class called Rabbi Brian's 2-Minute Spiritual Religious Toolkit. It's going to be run through the Mighty Network. There's a problem with people have tried to sign up for it, but apparently I did not make it sign upable. I'm going to fix that and send you a link about it. So, yeah, that's going to happen. That I'm very excited about. I'm very excited about that one. And then let me get us to. I got that. I got that. I got that. I did that. Did that. Oh, I have more ideas as always than we have time to do. But let me go with our topic du jour, our topic of the day. And our topic of the day is the question is, how do you become a spiritual badass? And I'm going to introduce this quote from Shantideva. And I love the fact that this quote was this that wisdom is just wisdom is wisdom. It doesn't matter which tradition it comes from. It's just true. And Shantideva said this: there is nothing that does not grow light through habit and familiarity. There is nothing that does not grow light through habit and familiarity. If you are trying to not be an asshole, the more you try to be kind, the easier it becomes. Everything gets easier with practice. If you want to get really good at smoking and drinking, start smoking and drinking and practice it. If you want to get good at having patience in the face of a flat tire happening before your eyes, there's a second half to Shantideva's quote, which I didn't send out, that says this. He says, putting up with little cares, I'll train myself to put up with big ones. Putting up with little cares, I'll train myself to put up with big ones. What he's saying here, I think we all know this intuitively, that if you can't handle traffic on the route that you thought was going to be good, or if you can't handle the fact that you you lost your keys, how do you think in the world will you ever be able to handle a global pandemic, or how are you going to be able to handle the sickness of a loved one? That the only way we can get good at having patience is by practicing having patience. The only way we can get good at having patience is by practicing having patience. There is nothing that does not grow lighter through habit and familiarity. That being said, we're going to practice right now. You guys all ready? Let me take a look at all my peoples. Hi, peoples. Oh boy, Alex, I broke it again.
Oh.
I got
Alex,
it. I got
help
it. I
the
got it.
rabbi again.
I got it. I got it.
Yes, I finally got one of those screens.
Oh, I'm glad you're excited about it. Oh, and let me also thank Lee, who's now in.
You're doing it again, Rabbi.
Okay, I'm
He
working on
wants
it.
to have this multiple thing. Alex, you need to take over all that technology for him.
Cousin Amy, I love you. Quiet now, please.
So
This is. It's kind of like this. I attempt to make the service as seamless as possible. I have so many different windows open, and Alex is juggling so many windows just to make this work. It really it's a rough gig. So I appreciate your patience and kindness in this. I got a little bit tweaked there. Here's what we're going to do. If you would please pull out a piece of paper and a pen. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, that will work. We can start with one that we did that doesn't involve paper and a pen, which was last week. We looked at this ridiculous activity of holding both of your hands towards your face, closing your fists, and doing pinky thumb. And I got some emails from people saying, what the heck is the point of this? And the whole point of this is for you not to be able to do it well. Let's try a different one. Okay, let's try this. Everybody, I'm going to turn sideways. Put one hand out about 18 inches away from the other hand. And the hand that's far away, oh, I can see you guys. You know that, right? I can see that you're doing it. Fantastic. Lovely. You don't have to, again. You don't have to do anything. The hand that's farther away from you is going to come up towards you, past that hand, and make a circle. You're doing well. That's perfect. The goal of what I'm about to do, and stop with your hand out there. The goal of what I'm about to do is to show you within your own body what frustration feels like. Because if we can't get used to being frustrated with this, we're just taking the hand that's furthest away from us, coming up towards our nose, past that hand, down away, and we're making a circle and stop. The other hand is going to do the opposite circle. The other hand is going to do the opposite circle. You're going to take that hand, it's going to go up, away, past that hand, down below, and towards yourself again. It's going to go up, away, past that hand, down below, and up again. And let's all start here with one hand farther out, one hand closer in. And the goal here is to see what it feels like in laboratory conditions where there's nothing on the line. What does it feel like in your own body, to your own psyche, when you get frustrated, when we try to do both at the same time, where both hands are going in opposite directions? If you got it, you're doing it. If you're doing it and your hands are not passing each other 2 times per cycle, you are not exactly doing it right. Let's start again. One hand far out in front of you, one hand close to you. They're going to come up, pass, separate, go to the bottom and pass. Separate, go to the top, separate, go to the bottom, separate. Okay. You guys are doing really well. This is fantastic. Hold on, Alex. Did I fix it? There we are. We see people.
Review.
Now I go to gallery view and we can see everyone. Look at that. Okay, I see you guys trying. This is great. Take a moment. If you would stop for a moment. Take a breath of air. Let's go back to the Shantideva quote. There is nothing that does not grow lighter through habit and familiarity. How would you get better at doing this silly hand thing? Habit and familiarity. Practice. How are you going to get better at sitting through that feeling of discomfort? I know I got a lot of type A people who want to be able to do everything perfectly all the time. How are you going to get through the discomfort of not doing things perfectly if you don't practice it? And that's the second half of Shantideva's quote. Putting up with little cares, I'll train myself to deal with great adversity. Putting up with little cares. This is a little care. So your hands are going in the same direction. Who cares? But learning to sit with that frustration is what's going to turn you into a spiritual badass. We ready for another exercise? We'll try a different one. Yeah? All right, let's try another one. Shake. All right, let's shake it out. Shake it out for a second because there's some frustration built up and we're going to start all again. On a piece of paper. Let's see how this one goes. Uh-oh. Here we go. On a piece of paper, I'm going to draw a picture of a cake. There's a cake. Can you draw a picture, and I'd like you to cutting the cake in your mind using a straight knife, a regular knife. There's no magic knives here. Using a regular knife, can you figure out how to cut the cake using 2 cuts? How to make 4 pieces? I'm pretty sure you could figure out how to do that. Can you figure out how, if you would take 2 cuts, you would make 4 pieces? Right? We would cut it this way and we'd get 2 halves, and then we cut it that way and we get 4 equal pieces. Challenge is, can you now make 8 slices? How many cuts will it take you to turn this piece of cake into 8 equal slices? So let's think about that for a second. You think about it. To get 8 equal slices, I'm going to do 1 cut there. How many cuts does it take you? That's 2 cuts. That makes me 4 pieces. 3 cuts. That makes me 6 pieces. 4 cuts. It makes me 8 pieces. So I got 4 cuts. I got 8 pieces. Here's the frustration part. And again, I'm giving you this exercise just for you to test and to see what goes on within your own head. Here's the same cake. I'd like you to figure out how to cut it using only 3 straight cuts to cut it into 8 pieces. No magic knives, 3 cuts, regular cuts of the cake, to turn that into 8 pieces. And I'm going to give you a moment to try that. To see if you can. I love watching you guys. It's fantastic to see people thinking it out. And you're going to probably hit a wall. And you're going to say, this cannot be done. And if you got it, that's fantastic. That's good. That's good. Okay, if you got it, good. Stay quiet. If you don't have it, notice what's going on internally when you hear that 3 people know how to do it and you don't. Feel what that frustration feels like. Just feel it and hold on to it. Hold on to that feeling and see if can you not enter. Oh, popcorn time. Can you just go, I wonder where this feeling leads? Can you just sit with the discomfort of knowing that you don't know how to do something other people can do? I'll show you how to do it. And I know I've seen Shirley and Jocelyn and Ron and some other people have gotten it already. And Rita, is that a question or you got it? You want to? Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm super proud. No worries. No worries. And I want to give extra points to the people who didn't get it, because they are still sitting in the discomfort, and good for you for sitting in the discomfort. Here's how it's usually done. Here's 1 slice, 2 pieces. Here's 2 slices, 4 pieces. And the magic 3rd slice, you do this way. Okay, we're going to do another one. We're going to try another one. Betsy, you are absolutely right. They are not equal. It is a pound cake. There's no frosting on it. I think we might be in the weeds a little there, but it's all right. This time, I would like you to make good. And frustration makes me want to eat cake. So it all works out. I'd like you to make a few sets of 9 dots on a piece of paper. This one's going to be really hard to do in your head alone. Using just a straight line. These are 3 separate entries. You have 9 dots here, 9 dots here, 9 dots here. Using just 3 lines. I'm sorry, let's start this way. Can you figure out, and you'll notice I start it easy so that there are things you can do. This is old teacher brain, because you want to keep people engaged. And so you give them things they can do first. Can you figure out, using only straight lines, how to connect 2, 3, 4, 5, how to connect all of the dots using 5 lines? You have 5 lines. Can you connect all 9 dots? Oh, no. I know we're going to get to 4, but right now I want to give people a win before I take away the football and they don't. I like to be very upfront about what I'm doing here. So can you connect all of the dots with 5 lines? And most people can. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I connected all of them and I made a lovely letter G. And then, as Betsy says, there's a way of doing it with 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, some of you already know how to do this game, and some of you don't. The goal is to sit in your frustration so that you're building up your frustration tolerance, so that you're able, if you can put up with little cares, you'll be able better to sit with great adversity. With 4 lines, it's hard to do with 4 lines, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here are 9 dots. To connect them with 4 lines alone, I see people trying. Alex, I'm going to do the thing where I'm going to try to look at everybody, and we're going to see if it works. No, that's not working.
You're in a black hole.
Oh, there. I got to see everyone. It's going to work. There we are. There's everybody. All right, everybody. How are you doing on 4 lines if you've never tried this before? How are you doing on sitting in the frustration? Remember, the point is not to actually do the game. The point is to sit in the frustration. Here's how we do it in 4 lines. Oh, I'm not going to tell you. No, I will. But that would be really... I used to tell people, I have this great exercise on patience, but I'll tell you about it later. It's amusing. I'm having a good time. Here we go. Come back to the screen where I can see my picture. And this is how you do it in 4 lines. And Rob is absolutely right. The phrase outside the box comes from this very exercise. I know a lot of you know the phrase, think outside the box. The problem with this exercise is that we all see this box. And I'm going to add 2 dots that don't exist here and here, so that you can see a little how to do this exercise outside the box. The game goes like this. You go connect 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 outside the box. Come down on the diagonal, catch those 2 going again outside the box. We've only done 2 lines so far. 3rd line comes straight to where we started again, and the 4th line connects the last 2 dots. Elegant, isn't it? Thank you, Rags. It's thinking outside the box. I couldn't figure this out when I was given this puzzle. I'm going to give you a homework puzzle. And clever answers are going to be the way to do this. Here's the question. Can you unilinear, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm using it to mean with 1 line, without picking your pen or pencil off the paper. I'd like you to draw this shape without picking your pen or pencil up off of the paper. I used to know one way to do this. I've done this exercise with hundreds of people, thousands of people by this point, and they've taught me some ones I've never seen before. At this point, I know 5 different ways. Oh my God, is that just awful? You can't think of one, and I'm telling you there are 5? Again, the goal here is to sit in the frustration, to see what does it feel like when you're frustrated. Because if you can't go to bed because this thing's messing with you, let me put it in the positive. The better able you are to sit with your popcorn and go, I wonder how this is going to happen with this exercise. The more the Shantideva quote's going to work for us. That we're going to see that the more we put up with our little cares, the easier it is to put up with hard ones. And there is nothing that does not grow light, including sitting through frustration, that does not grow light through habit and familiarity. I'm going to stop there. Hold on. Okay, so that's our homework for next week. We'll see how that goes. And we are at 8:44, and Kristina, I promise we're going to get to your question, but I do want at this moment to ask, we're at 8:44. What is a bumper sticker sized phrase of something that you're picking up, something that you're getting from the service today? What is a bumper sticker sized phrase of a take home message that you're taking home with you from our service this morning? Does anyone have a bumper sticker sized phrase that they'd like to share? Something that they got?
Think outside the box.
Okay, Rita's got think outside the box. I'll give you guys some hints. We can look at some of the cards that we already did. I think there might be some learning and wisdom that you had from this one.
Can't see it.
Oh, that was the one about certainty and doubt and openness.
Just eat the cake.
Yeah. Eat the popcorn, eat the cake.
Nice.
Detach yourself some. I think that's a great lesson that we got from today. is the importance of detaching ourselves from certain outcome. I love that. What else is there that we got today?
Well, one of the things that I got is you don't know anything until you learn it.
You don't know anything until you learn it. That's absolutely, and you don't even know what you don't know. There's not a human being who can list the things they don't know.
I like that, Ray. I like that.
Good. Excellent.
What I kept hearing running through all the stuff at the beginning was let go of fear.
Yeah.
Amen.
Let go of fear, of letting go of. I'm gonna let go of fear. That was something. Oh, thank you for adding that in, Rags. Another friend said about how do we get to that openness. Is to get to that openness is we have to actually accept the thing we're afraid of, and say I'm going to just look at it. I'm going to look at this thing that scares me, because the more I run from it, the worse it gets.
There's a couple of comments in the chat. You don't know what you don't know until you don't know that you don't know it.
Yeah.
And then when life seems frustrating, look out for the aha.
Nice. Thank you, Joe, for reading those out. Hey, Kristina. Alex, this is your time to spotlight Kristina. Hey, Kristina.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Kristina. Kristina had a question that she sent ahead of time. And I said, would you please ask it in our service? So go ahead with the question, Kristina.
Yes, well, I have to become a little religious. I'm sorry. This is about a Bible quote. And I am writing a book on theology, or I'm trying to. So I had a trouble with the Bible quote. And may I read a short paragraph?
Yeah, please.
From my book, because I sent this to Rabbi Brian, and he said that I'm reading it all wrong. And really, that's my question. What is wrong about this? It goes like this. There's a Bible quote which has given me trouble. It's when Jesus in the Gospel of John 14 says, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. To me, this is a stumbling block, that Jesus himself seems to draw this line between inside and outside, that the only way to God is through him.
Right.
When I, several years ago, pressed my pastor with disturbing questions about this, he finally and despondently said, maybe it all boils down to love. If we love, we walk the way of Jesus, whether we're aware of it or not.
Right.
And there is no other way to God than the way of love.
Amen. I agree. Yes. I agree. So let me thank you, Kristina, for asking. This is a very difficult passage, not for people to learn. I find Jews have a much easier time understanding what I'm saying than Christians, because Christians have so long heard this quote incorrectly that I can explain it, you will understand it, and then you might lose it again quickly. Jesus is saying, I am the light, I am A, I am B, and I am C. Well, let me get so you can see me drawing. Jesus says, I am this, and I am this. There is no way to God except through me. Now, Jesus could have said, I am the way to God, but that is not the way the quote is written. Jesus says, I am this, that, and the other. I am 1, 2, and 3. I am these things. I am these things. There is no way to God except through me. Well, what has he defined me to be? He has defined me to be the light, the path, the way. That Jesus says, there is no way to God except through me. And we know this doesn't sound like Jesus, that Jesus would say it's about me. No, he's not saying that. This is mathematics. Jesus is saying, I am light, I am love, I am the path, I am all these good qualities. There is no way to God except through what I've just defined myself to be. It is not an egotistical statement. It is a mathematical statement. I am light, I am love, I am joy, I am openness. There is no way to God except through, instead of saying me, we can say there is no way to God except for looking at truth. There's no way to God except for looking at what is life. There's no way to God except looking for God. That's what Jesus was trying to say, in my not so humble opinion about the subject. Yes. Go ahead, Rags. Yes, thank you.
Amen.
Amen. So I'm glad we got that. Ray, you have something to add?
Perhaps if we go back and look at the original Christians, it's because they didn't call themselves Catholics or Christians or Protestants. Yeah, they just called it the way.
Yes.
Called it the way, right? And
that
also
is the way to God.
Yeah,
and you don't have to go to.
Yeah. Amen. I add in one other thing, and we do not know what words Jesus used. There's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know the exact words Jesus used because the New Testament we have is in Greek. It is not in Aramaic. They've translated the Bible back, they've translated all parts of the Bible into Aramaic, but they've done that from other languages. We don't have Jesus's exact words. But in Hebrew, which is a related language, the word for the way, ahh-ha, is the word that in Judaism we use to mean the laws of God. So when Jesus is saying, I am the way, we don't know exactly that he meant, but I think it would make sense that he's saying the way to God is through God's laws, halakha, which is translated as the way. Okay, good. I'm glad. Say it again, Betsy. Yes. It's very much like the Tao. Okay, this is all good. Fantastic. I'm glad we did that. We usually don't go into Bible quotes very much. I'm glad we got a chance to do that. I want to end us with a thought, but let me ask before that, are there any, I don't know, there are questions that, ask the rabbi, things that you wanted to know. I have one last piece that I'm glad to share, but if you have something more pressing to talk about, Alex, I can't see the people yet. There we are. Hello, the people. And if you're watching on FaceTime, if you're watching it live streamed, I don't know why that window is not opening for us anymore. Alex, is there somebody there with a question or comment? Because I've lost.
I don't see anybody with their hand up.
Okay, so let me do my last piece before I complete. The last piece goes like this. Oh, is my friend Jordan here? I don't know if that Jordan was able to make it today. But Jordan and I, as you know, on Monday nights we play chess. And guess who was ahead the entire game and then lost? It wasn't Jordan, but good guess. I was so proud, and he was proud of me too. There was this moment where I made a fork that was so beautiful, and then I at the end game, I just couldn't convert it all the way at the end. It was fine. But Jordan and I were talking about chess, and here's an analogy and a thought. If I asked most of you, hey, you want to play a game of chess? A lot of you would say, no, thank you, Rabbi. I'm pretty sure you can see more moves ahead than I can, and that wouldn't be a very fair fight. And in chess, we have to think, I'm going to play this, and if I play this, it's almost like war games. If I play this, then probably my opponent is going to do this, but I can't be certain because they might also do this. And then once they do that second move, then I'll probably do this, which might lead them to do that. And we're already 3 moves ahead. And I think we would admit, most of us, we're not really that good at going 3 moves ahead. And sometimes we're not even that good at going 1 move ahead. Like, I know what I did, but I was totally wrong because Jordan didn't fall for what I was doing. Right? We don't always know what our opponent's going to do. And the thought that came to me about life from this is, how often in our day-to-day dealings with people are we pretty certain we know, oh, they did that because I did this. Oh, I know exactly why they did that. No, you don't. No, we don't. We like to think we know why because it fits the narrative. Oh, that's just how that person is. And it keeps us comfortable. But we don't really know why they did what they did. And we need to really open ourselves up and think, popcorn time. I don't really know why they did what they did. And if you want to really go into your head, consider the fact you might not know exactly why you do all the things that you do. Yeah. And then let's sit with that as best we can. It's a little uncomfortable, but as Shantideva told us, there is nothing that does not grow light through habit and familiarity. The more that we sit in this not knowing, the more we sit in thinking, I don't really know why what happened, the better we can feel in this uncertainty. It is uncomfortable, certainly, but remember that certainty is just ridiculous. I'm going to conclude our service with those words. Thank all of you for coming, and see if I can't make everyone show up on the screen anymore because I would do my favorite little thing where we all wave to each other, but that's not going to happen. Alex, I don't know why that's not happening, but as this is the away game, I'm not really going to be that panicked about it. Oh, there, I got everyone. Did I get everyone? No.
I think you're seeing it, but what we see is the black screen with the circle in it.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening today. Any which
You don't
way.
see us.
Let's say goodbye to each other. Thank you for coming. If you'd like to stick around.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Stick around. We are going to be doing Donut Hour with Maria and Joe. There's going to be a deep dive with Kip and maybe Al. I don't know if Al's doing it too. There's a poetry room if you have a favorite poem to read. And then there's the Wild West room, which is going to be talking about Annie's bat mitzvah. And if you're not me, Stephen, or Annie, you're not necessarily invited to that room. Thank you guys all for coming. Always a joy. And I'm going to stop the broadcast now. Oh, I got everyone on screen. So everyone who's still here, wave goodbye to everyone. Bye, guys.